Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, the message today is about a collective breakthrough. Pretty intense. And before we get started, I am not a sponsor, but I'm definitely an advocate of cannabis drinks. All right, so let's get started. We start out with the Tower. We've got the Tower, and underneath that, we've got strength. We've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the Chariot. And so at first I was like super confused what they were showing me, but then someone came in and had a conversation, and and it was coming through about, you know, we are going through a collective breakthrough right now. It's beautiful to talk with individuals that are having breakthroughs and then being like, yeah, my friend, and then my other friend, and really I am too. We're all going through this breakthrough right now. So while the Tower is sometimes scary to see, there is a collective breakthrough that's happening right now. I think it's the illusion falling. And so with that Chariot card, it's so much about, get very clear about what you, take a deep breath too, what you really want for yourself, what you want in your life, and what you see as a collective. And to put it this way, like, if you know yourself to be a sovereign being, it changes things. Sometimes we don't take responsibility for things just because there's an authority and we want to rebel. But if we see ourselves as sovereign beings, then we take a responsibility for our experience and therefore for a greater collective experience. Like, you know, picking up trash or just not throwing trash on the ground and not trashing your temple, that sort of thing. I mean, it's fun to turn up every now and then, I know, but you know, but like just doing the best you can. It's the fun too. You include that in your Chariot. I'm not here to preach. So Chariot, or maybe I am, I don't know. So with the Eight of Wands and the Strength, it feels like with this Tower moment though, there could be like a whoosh or a rush of illusions falling, perspective expanding, and sometimes truth becomes so undeniable, and that's kind of it can be shocking revelations. And you know, we just had the Sun conjunct Uranus, and that was it, the full moon. I'm like, I don't know. We've had a lot of astrology going on. I'm not going to try to remember now because I'm an advocate. But we had a lot of things. I know Black Moon Lilith was opposite. I guess it was the Sun. And yeah, because the moon was in Scorpio. So the Sun was with Uranus, and then that moon and Black Moon Lilith, and powerful shit, y'all. So anyway, so it just kind of feels like hang in there with this Strength and this Eight of Wands. Like, the shifts are going to take place very clearly. So another way to put it, and it's like all this stuff was happening too, trying to understand what they were showing me. And we also got the Hierophant and the 10 of Worlds Reward, and also with the Magician. And so it's like we have all aligned to this. We are all aligning to this. We have dreamed of whatever, you know, words would describe this shift that is happening. We've all aligned for these shifts that are happening. And so it's really, and it's been put this way by so many people, like, you know, if you're watching something on TV and you don't like what you see, then change the channel. And it's so funny because it makes sense, but like there's like a visceral experience of recognizing that you literally can change the channel, that you can shift your vibrational frequency by what you focus on. And so one thing you can do is find your feet, take a deep breath, and, you know, breathe all the way behind your belly button and find your feet and ground. If you look up, you look through your third eye, and that always helps to change your perspective. And so right now, you know, with the Chariot card and with this Magician, Hierophant, 10 of Worlds, which is Pentacles, 10s indicate the completion of a cycle. There's so many major arcanas in this reading, with the Chariot and the Strength and the Tower. Like, so much empowerment, and it takes a lot of strength to get through this, but remembering that you are the Magician, you are the Hierophant. This is this like augments what it is to be a magician or a person of power, a holy person, or whatever, a channel of whatever, words identify you. And just know that we all are psychic. We all are psychic. We're all meant to have telepathic understanding. Sometimes conversations are going on in other dimensions, and so we're having all these interactions, and there's like a cohesion taking place right now, that it's coming through almost in a way that it's like I'm really wanting to align to that understanding about like culminating timelines, and it's like weaving it all together again, and so there's this greater cohesion of self. All right, so then we've got the Hanged Man and the Ace of Worlds. So it's funny how life it like ebbs and flows, and it's like it goes slow and it goes fast. It's like a river, and so it's so funny how quickly things can shift for you, and maybe there can be a whole lot of breakdowns. And so that's one way to look at it, is there can be major breakdowns that come through. That's that tower energy, but breakdown equals breakthrough. And I will say, we've got the breakthrough card right here. So breakdown equals breakthrough. And then there's this Hanged Man and this Ace of Worlds. And so then I want to bring back this Magician and this Hierophant, and I want to bring the Chariot over here too. And not that you can see them anyway, but it's like, sometimes it can be like you're just in limbo for a while things are breaking down and new things are aligning. If you could like really allow yourself to be in a frequency of knowing that you are the magician, and with this Hierophant, it's that as above so below kind of a thing. So it's like really tuning into what is possible for you, tuning into the way your spirit, your soul has called to you, your destiny, the things that you've yearned for that maybe are yearning for you. And that can be anything from like art, anything creative, especially aligning to that. But just also, just the types of experiences you have, and of course I always want to say spend more time in nature, because you are so connected. You establish such a visceral connection to the natural world. There's like a creative, recalibrated, restorative energy there that you can just realign yourself. So sorry, I'm all in La La Land, but I'm not. I like being here. So Ace of Worlds, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So this is earth energy, and earth energy is very slow moving. The Hanged Man can be very slow moving energy. So it's telling you to kind of slow down, get very clear about what you are choosing to move towards, and get very focused and committed to what it is that you truly want. And so sometimes it takes some discernment, like Hanged Man, like really witnessing your life and in the present moment, and really discerning like what it's like, prioritizing in a way, but also discerning like what could be better, and also what is so going well, or what is so moving in the flow of what you prefer, and recognize that you, by giving your attention to it, you bring it more into your life. If you want to sing, then focus on playing music. It's that sort of thing. It's like you've got to kind of prioritize and then do it, and more shows up. Even if it means looking in the mirror and singing it yourself, or picking up a guitar, or whatever it is, going to an open mic, like wherever you find yourself at. And those are just examples because I'm a singer, But so again, I just want to show the Magician, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Worlds, like you have leveled up, and there's some sort of an equanimity. God, so many cards want to talk. Equanimity with that breakthrough, that Seven of Worlds. So it's earth energy and air energy, and I like that they call it crystals, because it shows that we are multifaceted beings. And now I'm remembering, so I did a reading today excuse me, for this incredible astrologer, and her name is Colleen. Her her channel, I'll give her a shout out, is Astrology Unmasked. And she said that in September, Pluto is going to go out of orbit. And so we have an ecliptic belt that the planets, you know, are orbiting in, but sometimes they'll go beyond the degree. And so with Pluto, and Pluto is transformative, that's that tower energy as well. Pluto is transformative, it's destructive, but it raises everything to the ground so that then we can, I like to use the word raise because R-A-Z-E, it raises everything to the ground, but then it allows us to plant new seeds to evaluate what was not aligned to who we are anyway, and to what we truly want. So it's like, even though it can be devastating, like when you lose a job, but then you're like, you know, that really didn't feel nourishing to my soul's growth anyway. But at first it's like, oh, my security, you know, that sort of thing. But I just want to take a deep breath. And so with Pluto going out of bounds, it goes out of like alignment with the sun in a way, and it gives great opportunity to break free. It helps us align to our new focus and new collective consciousness, and it just allows the foundation for old paradigms to crumble and fall. And so celebrate that. That'll be sometime in September. So again, it's Astrology Unmasked, and her name is Colleen. All right, so back to the cards. So with that equanimity and that breakthrough, I just keep wanting to come back to that. There's a balancing. Again, it's like a recalibration. So I just keep wanting to come back to as much time as you can recalibrate to yourself and go to nature is what I think. And then you've got purpose. And I look at Chariot as destiny, and the Three of Earth is like purpose. And that's where purpose meets destiny, and so it's really being true to yourself. Then we have the Judgment card, which is so much about leveling up. The Seven of Cups, the Six of Worlds, and the Four of Worlds. 4, 6, 7. All right. So just looking at that, even though it's not sequential steps, there's something about because really it kind of looks like it goes this way, about commencement. So like both of those are like level up cards for sure. Really attuning your frequency to something new. And you know, I just set the time space, which is the Judgment card, and with the Tower. And so it's, again, it's major breakthrough, major breakthrough. So I think with the Seven of Cups, and they call it fear. So it is about facing your fear of making a different choice. If you can just move past that and just allow yourself to be decisive by giving yourself what you really want, instead of trying to appease an outside reality that isn't attuned to what you're shifting towards. So follow the impulses. You don't have to be impulsive, but at least start expanding your focus towards, well, maybe, what if, you know? I think it was Bob Proctor who said, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So then we have this synergy, the Six of Worlds and then the Four of Worlds. It's like you literally open doors for yourself. You literally create energetic gateways that you cross through. And once you've attuned yourself to that frequency, it's like you can't forget it. And all these different quotes are coming in my head today. So like, I wish I could remember who said it, but it's something like, when a person's mind has been expanded to a new dimension, it can't return to its original dimension. And so just recognize you're expanding as a consciousness. So that is all I have for today. Oh no, it's not, because then we have the Man of Worlds, which is the Achiever. This is the King of Pentacles, King of Earth. So this is where you come into this, I want to say, generous abundance, where you just have so much, that you have so much to share. And there's an openness that comes to the heart about generosity. Generosity can just be welcoming people into your personal la la land and sharing the joy of who you are. It doesn't have to be anything greater than that. But then again, you know, you might start having fun sharing food, sharing drink, sharing, you know, but definitely sharing laughter, sharing love, sharing, you know, all these things. And then underneath that we have the star. Oh shit. And then you've got the woman of worlds. So we've got the king and queen of pentacles. That's this great balance. And between that is this star energy, which is Pluto, which again is the tower. The star comes after the tower. And it's beautiful because this represents Aquarius energy, and Pluto is in Aquarius now. And so, but after being in Capricorn, which is signified by the Queen of Pentacles. So this king and queen, there's this great, it's like you've created a solid foundation for yourself. And in that you've found balance within yourself, and you've found the guidance. It feels like the guidance because you're following your North Star. There's a great deal of healing that happens with this card, great deal of self-reflection, and in that self-reflection we come into self-acceptance, and also we give ourselves permission to release whatever isn't true for us or true about us. All right, now that's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Until next time.